TV20 News, I'm Kiera Cotton.
And I'm Dan Monroe.
Dan, welcome back.
It's great to be back.
It feels like you were gone for centuries.
I was gone for a couple weeks. We went down to Florida.
Did you visit the mouse?
We visited the mouse. We spent the whole week there. I met my personal hero,
Okay.
Tigger.
Okay.
And we're back. We brought the heat with us.
We did. It's been absolutely incredible being here in Northeast Ohio, enjoying this beautiful weather, but lots to go on in today's show.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And here's a look at what we're working on today here at TV20 News.
1,600 more parking spaces are coming to Cleveland Hopkins International, but that's just the beginning of the airport's transformation. We take a look at the first phase of construction.
Making sure kids stay fed and healthy this summer, what Cleveland families need to know about free meals while kids are out of school for the season.
And summer fun is waiting at the Great Lakes Science Center. We take a look at events, programs, and hands-on experience for the entire family.
While summer break is a time for kids to stay active and have fun, it can also create challenges for families who rely on school meals during the academic year. I spoke with the Greater Cleveland Food Bank about the free lunches it provides to children so they have access to healthy meals while school is out. I'm at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center with Communications Director Karen Ponza. Karen, good to see you again.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Well, today we're talking about summer access for food. Why is summer such a critical time for people getting food, especially for families with children?
Yeah, so summer is really one of our busiest times for sure because kids are out of school. They're not getting the free and reduced price lunches and breakfasts that they normally would during the school year. So we are working to help fill that gap.
So why does the end of the school year impact the number of people in need of food?
Well, yeah, the kids are not getting the meals that they normally would. And so we actually are working with over 100 different sites here in Northeast Ohio to make sure that they have breakfast and lunches available to the children in need.
So then talk about some of the services the Greater Cleveland Food Bank offers to those during the summer months.
Sure. So we have our summer meals program that we partner with lots of different organizations. We encourage folks to call our help center number at 216-738-7239. And they can find out where the nearest location is to them. It includes lots of libraries in our areas. Even the Cleveland Metro Parks are having some special lunches. And right here at our Community Resource Center, we're offering lunches to children 3 days a week on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays.
What are the different types of lunches and the breakfasts? What are they like? What can they find?
You know, it's kid-friendly food. We make sure that kids are going to enjoy these meals. We actually do a taste testing earlier in the year with kids from various programs where they can come out and try different things and tell us what they like and don't like. So it is a well-balanced, nutritious meal that we know kids are going to enjoy. It can be everything from, chocolate milk to some veggies and fruit and a sandwich, maybe some crackers or hummus, things like that.
Oh, I love it all. I love it all.
Yeah.
But how can the community help? How can they get involved?
Well, we always need volunteers to help prep these meals. Typically, our kitchen produces about 6,000 meals a day. In the summertime, we go produce upwards of 10,000 meals a day because of the need. And so we need volunteers to come out and help volunteer make these meals for the kids that go out every day, Monday through Friday. We just appreciate the community support.
We appreciate you, Karen, and everything you do for the Greater Cleveland Food Bank and for our community. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Great, thank you.
Again, you can learn more about the services at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank by visiting greaterclevelandfoodbank.org or by calling their help center at 216-738-2067.
In the boxing world, all eyes were on Cleveland this weekend. National promoter Top Rank brought championship boxing to Cleveland State University's Wolstein Center, where more than 10,000 fans packed the arena for a night of title fights. Last week, we introduced you to the Mason brothers, 5 siblings from Cleveland's East Side, making a name for themselves in professional boxing. On Saturday, July 4th, 3 of those brothers stepped into the ring, and all 3 walked away with victories. In the main event, 22-year-old Abdullah Mason successfully defended his title, further cementing his place as one of boxing's brightest young stars. Now, the Cleveland native says he's proud of how the city showed up and that he's ready for whatever and whoever comes next.
It was amazing. Definitely a first step forward, in Cleveland. First homecoming, first title defense. And we're ready to do it again for sure. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I come out with a win. I'm grateful for it. I'm glad he's healthy, and I'm glad I'm healthy. He came out up top. That's my guy, so I'm gonna go show him some love after this. Anybody, I got an appetite for smoke, like I said. So we gonna see, but I'm ready for sure.
The Mason brothers weren't the only hometown fighters to shine. Cleveland's Delonte Tiger Johnson also earned a victory, successfully defending his title and remaining the undefeated welterweight champion.
If you were impacted by the recent power outages, you can get your SNAP benefits replaced. Here's what you need to know. Customers who are without power for more than 4 hours are eligible for replacement food stamps. Cuyahoga County's Director of Job and Family Services says you may be asked to prove that you lost power, and the best way to do that is with screenshots of notices from your electric provider. You can fill out a SNAP benefits replacement form found on the Department of Job and Family Services website. Cuyahoga County residents can mail in that form to the Virgil E. Brown Building at 1641 Payne Avenue, or you can visit the building in person to fill out the form with a staff member. Customers must submit the form within 10 days of the outage. From daily big science shows to themed activities and summer solstice, I take a trip to the Great Lakes Science Center to learn about all the fun available for kids and families this summer.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland!
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland! We are Cleveland!
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland!
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland! We are Cleveland and proud of it.
Hello, my name is John Mahoney. I am the manager of the City of Cleveland Office of Consumer Affairs. The Office of Consumer Affairs investigates consumer complaints. These include any purchase of a product or service you make, as long as you are a Cleveland resident or the complaint is about a business located in the City of Cleveland, Ohio. We will attempt to mediate an agreement between both parties to resolve the issue. However, we cannot guarantee an outcome in the consumer's favor. Consumer complaint categories include auto, repair and purchase, billing, home improvement contractors, mortgages, and retail. We have posted consumer educational flyers on the Office of Consumer Affairs page on the City of Cleveland website. We also collaborate with local, state, and federal partners who protect Clevelanders. Cleveland Department of Aging, the Better Business Bureau, Cuyahoga County Department of Consumer Affairs, the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, the Ohio Attorney General, the Federal Trade Commission, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Feel free to contact us with any questions at 216-664-4529.
Did you know that in the City of Cleveland, you can text 911 and the message goes directly to our communications center? Our dispatch staff will communicate with you via their keyboard, asking the same questions necessary to dispatch police, fire, or EMS emergency services. Keep this in mind if you are in the city and making an emergency phone call that might be a challenge.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
Welcome back to TV20 News. This August, we'll see the return of a big celebration not seen in a generation. After a 20-year hiatus, the African American Heritage and Cultural Celebration is returning to the Cleveland History Center, and it will also be honoring Cleveland's first nationally signed rapper, MC Chill.
There will be vendors, there will be sponsors, there will be good food, great music, things for kids. But this time, since we're also celebrating my 40th thing, I've curated a phenomenal lineup of performers and artists and artisans will be here. But to have this event come back at the place that it originated, no better place can I imagine for this to be than the Western Reserve Historical Society, the Cleveland History Center.
40 years ago, a young Kevin Hurd was signed as the first rapper to come out of Cleveland under the name MC Chill. Rap icon Roxanne Shante, who was instrumental in MC Chill's success, came back to Cleveland to celebrate her longtime friend.
To be able to come back and return here to Cleveland 40 years later and be able to celebrate Chill is amazing. I mean, you don't get a chance to really, first of all, a lot of people's careers don't span over 40 years. So to be able to revisit a great time in my life, one where I can remember being a teenager and coming to Cleveland and just starting out in my own career and then being able to be someone that was instrumental in him also becoming one of our greats is amazing for me. So it's truly an honor.
The African American Heritage and Cultural Celebration takes place on Saturday, August 22nd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Cleveland History Center. The event is free and open to the public. For more information, visit WRHS.org.
The first major construction milestone of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport's Clevolution is here. Crews breaking ground on the new gold lot. Phase 1 of the project will add 1,600 parking spaces. Mayor Justin Bibb and Airport Director Bryant Francis say the overall goal is to dramatically improve traveler convenience, update aging infrastructure, and position the city for future travel growth.
Work is going to begin, and it's not just going to happen in a vacuum. We are going to make sure that the jobs associated with these construction projects are accessible to residents across the entire city of Cleveland, that this is an opportunity to bring all aspects of our community together to build family wealth and to really help transform lives in this entire economy here at this great facility owned and operated by the city of Cleveland.
The gold lot construction serves as a launching pad for the multi-phase modernization effort. Airport officials say travelers should expect ongoing construction zones over the next coming months and advise giving yourself a little extra time when heading out to a flight. The city of Cleveland observed its second annual Carl B. Stokes Day, honoring the leader who broke barriers and transformed the city's history. Stokes made history as the first black mayor of a major U.S. city, first elected in 1967. His administration challenged long-standing racial injustices in housing, education, and employment, ensuring underrepresented voices were heard.
You talk about political giant, when you talk about African American history, when you talk about the political background, when you talk about black elected officials, there's no such thing as black elected officials if you don't include the first African American mayor of a major city.
Recognized on June 30th at the close of the month that celebrates Juneteenth, the annual commemoration offers a time to reflect on Black freedom, resilience, and the ongoing pursuit of equity.
I am here at the Great Lakes Science Center, where there's so much going on this summer. More than just here in the building, there's all sorts of activities for the families, for the kids, and for everyone. And joining me to talk about it right now is Abigail Cranack. Abigail, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, we're gonna have some fun.
Now, the Science Center is always busy, but there's some extra stuff going on this summer.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about some of the events happening.
Yeah, so every month we have a really special theme. I know coming up in August, we're gonna have our Curiosity Carnival. It's gonna be really exciting, some unexpected experiments there.
Well, yeah, like your smock there says, stay curious, your lab coat, stay curious.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that important? What does curiosity help with?
Yeah, curiosity is exactly what gets people inspired. We love inspiring adults, children, anybody of any age. Come in, find something new, and just have fun and science, a little bit of mix.
You might find your next scientist here, right?
Exactly.
What else do we have going on?
Well, we have our daily science show. So every single day we'll have a live science demonstration. You might see bubbles lit on fire. You might see a cryogenic liquid nitrogen explosion. So you really never know, but those science shows, so much fun.
Bubbles on fire, a cryogenic explosion. We're talking Hollywood stuff here.
Exactly.
I mean, why wouldn't anyone want to come here? That is so exciting.
Something new every single day. We have our NASA Glenn Visitor Center, which has some really unique real artifacts. Everything from a real moon rock to an Apollo command module that actually did go to space.
So this sounds like stuff that's not just for kids. Like adults can get in on this
absolutely. Yeah. I know, especially with our Titanic artifact exhibition that's here all the way through January. We have a lot of adults come in and they really get in depth and that immersive experience. So every age we have something for you.
Do you have any kind of fun things that take place outside in the summer?
For sure. We like to go into the community. We've been to even the Progressive Field, doing some big liquid nitrogen explosions there even.
So what else is happening here? I know summer seems like a lot going on, so anything else we can see?
Yeah, well, there is just so much. We do have a really great early childhood area, Handle with Care. Very new. It's so fun to get to watch the kids do a lot of imaginative play. They build boxes that they learn about empathy and emotions, and they even get to deliver them all around. That's been so fun.
And you have kids camps here too, right, during the summer?
We do, yeah. We have 10 weeks of summer camp. Each week has a different theme. So right now they're doing forensic camps. They'll do Minecraft camp. They'll do all kinds of different science.
Minecraft is still so popular. I might even like to do that.
Yeah.
You know, what's that? The chicken? I don't know. Everyone screams about Minecraft.
I keep seeing those shirts.
My kids love it. what do you like best about working here at the Science Center?
I love working here because it is truly something exciting and different. Every single day, you might find yourself on our steamship William G. Mather outside. You might find yourself doing a really cool science experiment for a group of people. Just something completely different.
What's one of the best science experiments you've done here?
Ooh, that's a great question. We do some DNA extractions during the school year for our field trips, and you get to extract your own DNA, which is really fun.
I like that. So what's some of the reactions you get from the families, from the kids, if they come do some of these extra activities here?
You really just see a lot of kids getting so energized, families having so much fun. I love watching in the big science shows, you'll hear like the whole audience gasp all at once, and just kind of get to come together and learn something new.
And you still have the planetarium here, right?
So we have our Dome Theater, so there's lots of different movies you can check out. We have our Voices of Titanic, which is actually formatted for our Dome Theater for the first time in Cleveland.
Something here for everybody. If someone wants to find out what's going on, any extra activities, how can they find this out?
Well, for anything, I'm always going to recommend going to greatscience.com. They have all the information you could ever want there.
It's going to be a great summer, a great science summer.
Yes.
Never stop learning and having fun, right?
Exactly. Stay curious.
Stay curious. Thank you, Abigail, so much. I do appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
I'm going to go play now.
Exactly.
Okay? Yeah. I want to thank Abigail and the Great Lakes Science Center again for having us, Kira. The Science Center is so awesome.
It is very cool.
My favorite part had to be the Titanic exhibit.
Yeah.
They have relics of the ship that were brought up. They talk about, they actually show you what the actual first class area looks like and what the third class area looks like.
Okay.
They have an iceberg you can actually touch and feel. It's cold, it's actual ice, and it doesn't melt. And they have a postcard they found in someone's luggage under there from Rocky River.
Wow.
With the cover, with Rocky River as a photo. It's an amazing exhibit.
I love that.
Oh, it was so fantastic.
I'm going to check it out.
Now, as she mentioned, head on over to GreatLakesScienceCenter.com to learn more about all the events and activities we talked about. TV20 News will be right back after this.
This is Cleveland. The people, the neighborhoods, the stories that make our city strong. At TV20, our mission is simple: to connect Clevelanders with people, programs, resources, and moments that shape our city. As the City of Cleveland's official television station, we bring residents closer to local government, community events, health programs, local sports, cultural celebrations, and inspiring stories from across the city. From City Hall to city blocks, TV20 is here to inform, engage, and celebrate the people of Cleveland. Because this is more than television. This is access. This is transparency. This is community. This is Cleveland's voice. TV20, we are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Michelle Princeton, and I'm a licensed social worker working for the Social Support Service Unit out of the Mayor's Office of Prevention Intervention Opportunities for Youth and Young Adults. The City of Cleveland has demonstrated a long-term commitment to residents working to create safe spaces in our neighborhood resource and recreation centers where families can access free resources and support services. We are committed to working together with families and other community providers to identify and help families who are struggling to achieve a better quality of life. To access the social support services, leave a message at 216-664-2223 and a team member will return your call. Our work includes referring individuals to appropriate services such as medical, hospital-related, long-term counseling, public assistance, veterans benefits, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, housing assistance, Head Start, and student loans. We also provide support and guidance for youth and young adults in addressing stigmatization, scapegoating, labeling, bullying, substance abuse, and unhealthy relationships. Once again, to access social support services, leave a message at 216-664-2223 and a team member will return your call. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Scott Osicki, Chief Executive Officer of the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health Services Board of Cuyahoga County. We know that life can be overwhelming, but you don't have to face it alone. If you or someone you know is feeling anxious, depressed, in a mental health crisis, have alcohol or other drug use concerns, or just need someone to talk to, help is available. Call or text 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's free, confidential, and available every day 24/7. Trained and caring counselors are there to listen, support, and help you find hope no matter what you're going through. Remember, you're not alone. Call or text 988 anytime because your mental health matters, and so do you.
Hey, if you're searching for a job or looking to make a career change, all the resources you need will be in one place. We're joined by Darrick McDaniel, Recruitment Manager with the City of Cleveland, to talk about the Success Fair of 2026. Darrick, it's good to see you.
It's so good to see you again.
Before we talk about the Success Fair, we're in the summer months.
Yes.
What's it like finding a job in the summer? Is it more difficult than maybe in the fall or the spring, or is it just, are people looking for jobs right now too? Or are companies hiring too?
So companies are hiring. It's not as active as it would be in the fall, but employment is always there, right? Especially you figure that since schools are closed, right? So it's a little bit more challenging, I would say, but it's not as active. But one
resource Clevelanders have is the City of Cleveland.
Yeah, we're always hiring.
Always hiring, and you're always helping people to find jobs too.
Exactly.
And with that, you have the big Success Fair coming up in August. Tell me about this Success Fair 2026.
It's that time again, right? And it's something that we always look forward to the Success Fair. So we like to call it one-stop shop. So this year we're focusing on removing those barriers to success. And that's our goal this year.
Well, what are some barriers to success?
So one of the barriers definitely is transportation. So we've been working very hard to secure transportation to the Success Fair. So we're definitely shuttling people in, we're Ubering people in, we have bus passes. So one of the things is that we focus on in our meetings is I would go but. So the goal is to remove the buts to make sure that everyone gets to the Success Fair.
You know, I think, and I've dealt with this myself too, one big barrier to success is rejection. Rejection when you're applying for many jobs can really hold you back and really hamper your efforts to really keep going.
And that's why at the Success Fair we have what's called the workforce triage. So we've partnered with, I want to say 14 workforce partners. So on the day of Success Fair, if you don't have a resume, we're going to work with you to do your resume. We have printers, we have computers on the spot to do your resume. So you don't have to worry about having one or updating it before. We're going to do it on the spot.
I want to talk about some of the particulars of the Success Fair, but first, where and when is this?
So it's August 14th at the Huntington Convention Center. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay. Some of the things, 200 plus employers and resources, that's huge.
Yes. It's a good thing though,
yes,
right?
Yes, it's a very good thing.
Yes. So, and it's very exciting because we're still getting calls today, is there still space? And so right now, they're going to go crazy because I haven't turned any employer down, and they're really great employers. So a lot of times you see at job fairs, it's entry-level work. So you'll find people that are executives looking for work. They don't come to job fairs because they don't believe that that type of work is there. But this year, you're in for a treat because you're going to find every level of employers looking at the Success Fair. You figure this year, a lot of top-level employers got laid off, right? Well, job seekers got laid off. So you're going to find every type of work at the Success Fair.
Another thing, free level 1 food safety certification. What does that mean?
So the Board of Health, they partner with us every year. So we're so excited for that they're going to come back again this year and they're going to offer level 1 safety. So if you're looking to get into hospitality and food services, you're going to get that certification at no cost at the Success Fair. Now it's a 3-hour training. So when you come, be prepared to sit in that class for 3 hours, but it's very engaging. So you're not going to be bored at all.
You know, one of the barriers to success could also be past legal troubles. At the Success Fair, there is a legal clinic. Tell me about that.
So at the legal clinic, you're going to be able to work with so many different legal partners, and you're going to go through expungement. You're going to be able to talk to getting a pardon. You're going to be able to get license reinstatement. There's going to be a lot of pieces at the legal clinic, and we have judges coming this year to work with those that's seeking legal help at the legal clinic. And we also offer child care. So if you don't have a sitter, don't worry. We have on-site child care that you can drop your children off and still go through the Success Fair and not worry about child care.
Seems like you have something for everybody at this fair, including our veterans.
Absolutely. So we do have a veteran resource services there where if you're a vet coming home or just don't know where to go to get your veterans services, they're going to be there. If you're interested in getting into construction, we have a whole construction services that's going to be there where they're doing demonstrations, and you can also sign up for your OSHA 10 and OSHA 30 there at no cost.
Now this is free to attend. How can people register?
So you can go online, just search Success Fair 2026, and it's going to drop you to the website.
And all the details will be there.
Exactly.
All right, well, I'll be there on Friday, August 14th. Darrick, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
From the world's largest outdoor chandelier to Broadway's biggest shows, Playhouse Square has become a symbol of Cleveland's arts and culture.
And in the latest episode of Creative Focus, Cornell Calhoun III had the chance to sit down with Playhouse Square CEO Craig Hassel to talk about it all. Here's a sneak peek of the episode coming up later here on TV20.
When you walk through a theater just before the curtain opens, is there anything that specifically goes through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't walk through wringing my hands worrying because I know everything's in good shape. I think the thing I look for always are empty seats. If I see an empty seat, I think, why have we not sold that seat? What's gone wrong? And it's not often that I see empty seats. I mean, despite the size of these theaters for the Broadway shows, they're usually pretty full, which is great.
Obviously, you've worked globally. What do you think Cleveland, how is Cleveland, you think, misunderstood by people who aren't Clevelanders or native Ohioans?
Sure. Well, let me give you, first of all, my impression of Clevelanders. So, I'm Australian, but I lived in London for a long time. So Australians are very kind of can-do, we'll just get on with this and make it happen. The British are a little more reserved, a bit more like, let's just see how things go and let's not rock the boat. and Clevelanders are more like Australians than British, in my experience. I don't think much of the world knows much about Cleveland because why would you? Like, I didn't know much about Cleveland before I came to live here. Now I've been here almost 3.5 years. My observation of Cleveland is these people here are very, incredibly friendly, but not parochial, in meaning that people will invite you into their home, take you out on a boat on the lake and have you over for a barbecue, but not to kind of sell Cleveland because they're genuinely interested in you and genuinely proud of what they have in the city. So that's my observation so far.
You know, Dan, that just reminds me that Playhouse Square is so cool. I'm super excited. I'm actually going to see Lion King this month.
I am so jealous.
Yeah, tickets were, they did a promo. Tickets were like $30, so I'm super excited.
I gotta get back there because it's one of the second best places next to Broadway.
Yeah.
It is like right up there with Broadway,
Yeah.
and it's right here in our town of Cleveland.
A hidden gem in our own backyard.
Oh, it's amazing.
Absolutely incredible. Well, folks at home, thanks so much for watching TV20 News. You can follow TV20 Cleveland on Instagram and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube page.
You can also watch our live stream at clevelandohio.gov/TV20. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe.
And I'm Kiera Cotton.
See you next time.